Chapter 4, Lesson 2, Mind Your Own Business. You have to keep your mind on your business and your business on your mind, because your mind is quite literally taking in millions of things every day, and some of these things have nothing to do with you. So make sure you mind your own business. The mind is taking in a million different kinds of things a day, but our conscious mind, our consciousness, our ego is only able to handle a few of these things at a time. There are so many different sources of information coming at us. Some of them we seek, and some of them, they just show up. Life is unexpected. The things we bring into our life are sometimes unexpected. So in these moments when you find yourself bogged down by the heaviness of God knows what, it's a good time to take a step back to observe the mind and remind yourself that you are neither the body nor the mind. Now, I know that can sound crazy for a lot of people. I'm not my mind, like, what does that mean? Let's take this for example. Let's say your mind is clear, and then I say apple. You're probably thinking about an apple right now. The mind, like a sponge, is taking in the information that's presented to us, and is simply processing it, almost like a person at their desk with a lot of different paperwork. You can see yourself thinking throughout the day, maybe processing things that have happened earlier in the day, maybe even earlier in the week. And if you're able to hear yourself listen to these thoughts, that means there's a part of you that's not actually these thoughts. This in meditation we call the observant mind. The observant mind lives somewhere in between the body and somewhere in between the mind, and it's a chance to step back and see both of them work. Yes, you are in the driver's seat of your own life and your own destiny, but you're also in the passenger seat. You're both the witness as well as the doer in everything that you're doing. For many of us, especially in this age, we are always in the driver's seat, always on go, even if we don't have any place to be. There's this phrase, to be in a rush to get to nowhere, that definitely rings true for this very hyperactive society we live in. There are times when the ego needs to show up and you need to be the person that people expect you to be. But there's also time when you need to allow yourself to step back and remind yourself you're not boxed in to who people think you are. Truly, the ego may see death, or at least the resolve of it, as a form of suffering. But for things to change, something does have to give. If you do nothing, nothing changes. So don't be afraid of letting go of what no longer serves you. And trust that even if you take a moment to surrender and step back, that you did the work that you need to do, and there's time for it to resolve. You need to mind your own business, and I say that with love, because all of it's connected, and sometimes the best thing you can do is give it space. So just take a moment for the rest of your day to insert little pauses in between the great, wonderful things that you're doing. Celebrate the victories, and one of the best ways that you can honor all of the work you do is by giving it rest. Resting the body, and most importantly, resting the mind. So these are just a few things for you to keep in mind. Not necessarily to do, but just the process. For today's journal, we'd like for you to write about a few things that you do that feel like victories. And then tell us, how are you supporting these victories by giving them space? Until next lesson, my friends. Peace.